What's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, I'm so excited that you're here. Today we are doing our 4th recipe video for my series called Jazz Cans, where I teach you how to transform your canned goods into delicious eats. Today we're working with black beans, one of my favorites. Look at these. Oh my gosh, they're so yummy. They're savory and delicious. They come together in minutes. Look at this. They've got onions and garlic and cumin. I'm gonna teach you just how easy these are to make right now. We have our canned black beans here, and the first thing we do, you all know the first thing we do when we're working with canned goods is we're gonna open them and drain out the canning liquid. This is really gonna help them not taste like they came from a can, so that's what we're gonna do right now. Draining your canned goods is a vital step when you're transforming them, and to heighten up these black beans, we're gonna make them taste nice and savory and delicious. They're also a little bit nostalgic for me because this is how my mom and my grandmother make their beans. Of course, my grandmother did not use canned black beans, but my mom did, and this is where I learned this kind of transforming your black beans, your canned black beans recipe. You're gonna need about 1/4 of a white onion, 2 to 3 garlic cloves. You guys know I love my garlic, so I always like to find the biggest garlic cloves, and I'm gonna use 3 for these. And you're gonna need chicken stock, and that's gonna help bring everything together. And it's kind of like we rinsed off the canning liquid, and we rinsed off the beans to give us a nice blank canvas to work with. And we're gonna re-add liquid in the form of our chicken stock. You can use veggie stock if you'd like, and that's gonna, add some nice flavor to the beans. We're gonna use a little bit of olive oil, and let's talk spices. This is the best part. So we're gonna use salt and pepper, yes, but we're gonna use 3 iconic spices for these black beans. And I say iconic because these flavors are very Hispanic flavors, and my family uses these 3 things when making their black beans every single time. So we've got 1/4 teaspoon of coriander here, ground coriander. You can kind of see the difference in color. The coriander is a little bit lighter, and we have 1 teaspoon of ground cumin. I have said this before, I absolutely love cumin in tacos, and we do arroz con pollo, and I love cumin in there too. We actually use coriander in that recipe as well. It's a nice savory, smoky flavor. It's so yummy, and it's really gonna heighten your black beans. And this guy is a bay leaf. Now, this is something that my grandma swears by, and my mom uses it in her black beans, and you can use 1 or 2. And what this is gonna do is just fully perfume your black beans and heighten all the rest of the flavors. It's really going to just make your beans a lot more vivid and delicious. If you don't have a bay leaf, or you are thinking about, should I buy a can of or a bottle of bay leaf for this recipe, you can omit this part if you'd like. This is a lot of nostalgic for me. This is very nostalgic for me because I vividly remember my grandma and my mom nestling bay leaves into their big pot of black beans. So I love it, and I promise you, you'll definitely taste the difference if you use it versus if you don't. But if you don't, you can get away with just using the cumin and the coriander. I don't want to scare you off with this bay leaf if it looks foreign to you. All right, I'm gonna turn my pan on here. I love making beans in my cast iron Dutch oven here. This is actually very affordable, and I will leave the link in the description below. I like it because it's nice and white, although I need to figure out how to clean that. That's just like a personal thing. But I make a lot of things in here. My baked beans, which you saw a few videos ago. Also my arroz con pollo, which I love. I've also shared that recipe video. If you haven't seen it, it's one of my favorites, mostly because we FaceTime my grandmother during it. So I'll leave the link for that video too, because if you haven't seen it, it's a must watch. But so yeah, we've got our warm Dutch oven here. If you don't have a Dutch oven, no worries. You can just use a large pot. I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of oil to the bottom of my pan. I'm gonna let it get nice and warm. I don't know if anybody's wondering why it's so quiet here, but today is Tuesday. When you're watching this video, I don't know what day it is where you are, but typically my cousin, which is Maya's godmom, she likes to take the girls sometimes for an afternoon or a day, and when she does that, it's fun because then I get to do some work and videos and all that kind of stuff. So I do miss my girls dearly, and I'm sure you do miss them milling around, but it's kind of nice having some quiet time. And I'm excited because once these beans are done, I'm gonna sit and enjoy them. All right, so the oil is nice and hot. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our chopped onions and wait for that sizzle, baby. Yeah. Garlic. I've also mentioned this before, the smell of sauteing onions in oil with garlic, salt and pepper. It so reminds me of my grandmother and sitting in her kitchen when she's cooking. And this is my grandmother on my dad's side. She actually used to watch me sometimes during the summer. I remember sitting in her kitchen. I used to help her sort black beans. She definitely did not use a can. But we're all busy now, and using canned goods is perfect and fine by me. But anyways, I used to sit at her table and sort black beans, and the smell of onions sauteing in oil with garlic, it fully transports me back to her kitchen, and it makes me remember her so well. So we're gonna saute these until the onions kind of become translucent and nice and soft. We do want to keep an eye on it though, because with the garlic, you don't want it to burn in here. So you want to just kind of keep stirring it around, keep an eye on it. I've got it on medium-low heat. The next thing we're going to do is add in our coriander and our cumin. And as I mentioned before, this is going to give our beans a nice, savory, smoky flavor. And right now, your kitchen, my kitchen, but when you make these, your kitchen, just smells so fragrant and delicious. I promise you, these beans are so good. And they really do come together in minutes. Also, a little tip here, if you use a wooden spoon while you're stirring, you want to kind of just scrape the bottom of the pan and the side of the pan, because the little flavor, you know, when the spices kind of caramelize at the bottom of the pan and you remove them with the wooden spoon, it's like flavor. It's just like making sure you get all that yummy flavor. All right, so our black beans have been rinsed. Now we're gonna add them in. Yum. And give them a nice stir. All right, and I'm gonna nestle in my bay leaf here. Just kind of let these nestle in there, buddy. I'm gonna let these hang out for just a sec. So what we are doing is we're adding our own flavor liquid, and I like to use chicken stock. You can also use veggie stock if you'd like, or you can use water if you don't have chicken stock on hand or any kind of stock. But if you use a type of stock, it'll add more flavor, boost the flavor of your beans, if you will. And you're gonna add in about 1.5 cups or so. You wanna just add in a little bit so it just barely covers your beans. I'm going to bring this to a low boil, and then I'm gonna reduce it down to simmer. And we're just gonna cook these beans for about 10 minutes. So our beans are almost ready, but I wanted to show you, I made some quick rice here because one of my favorite things to eat is white rice topped with these exact black beans that we made today. I'm gonna scoop in some white rice into my bowl. Now, rice and beans is a staple in my family. For us in Costa Rica, you can pretty much always find families eating white rice and black beans for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So yeah, we've got some white rice on here. Oh my gosh, these smell so yummy. Give them a good stir. So what I'm gonna do here really fast before I forget is fish out our bay leaf here. You do not wanna eat it. You wanna fish it out. It has done its job. Thank you so much, bay leaf. Put that aside. And I like to use a slotted spoon here because these beans have, you know, liquid here. I'm gonna give them a little drain and then I'm gonna put them over my white rice. I love the onions and garlic in these beans. It gives it a nice flavor. Oh my gosh, yum. So at this point, you can top it with some avocado. I like to add a fried egg, but today I'm just gonna go black beans and rice. Look how yummy this is. You know, my mom was a mom of three, a single mom of three. We didn't have much money growing up, so we ate a lot of rice and beans because it's affordable and it's filling, and you get the protein from the beans. So I don't know why that almost made me cry, but I just love this hearty meal, and there's so many ways you can dress it up, but just like this makes it feel just close to my heart. So you know me, I love eating things right when they're piping hot. Yeah, these are good. They're savory. You can taste the cumin, the onions, and the garlic. All right, I'm gonna sit and enjoy these black beans on top of this fluffy white rice. I hope you enjoy this recipe. It is so near and dear to my heart. If you make it, let me know. Also, please take time to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really does help us out. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye.